Hey, what's going on, Obscure Mic people? Bark coming at you yet again with one of my favorite things. Yes, it's another end address, but it's not like the H&A AC50 or even a Rode Procaster. It's another end address broadcast condenser. Yes, condenser. So I'm doing the lead-in on the Avlex AVS77, currently my favorite end address broadcast condenser out of what? 4? Favorite out of 4? 3? Something like that. I don't know. Anyways, this is my condenser of choice right now is the Avlex AVS77. And today in the studio, we've got this guy. The Holy Grail, as I like to call it, because you can't just find this anywhere. It's the MXL BCC-1. Not BCD-1, BCC-1. And no, if you put in BCC on an adult website, I don't think it brings up anything intriguing. I think it just brings up nothing. But I could be wrong. BCD, that might bring up something. I don't know. Don't know why I'm going there. Anyways, because I always go there. That's why. Let's show you what this microphone comes in. Lo and behold, comes in a damn box. How about that? It actually comes in a box. Cardboard, high quality, printed box. MXL BCC-1. Should I box throw? No, it's not my job. It's someone else's job. And it comes in a carrying case, which MXL does more often than not. Really nice carrying case. Big old penile looking shape there to put the mic in. And I always appreciate a good case. Let's take a look at the mic. We got an all metal construction with a yoke mount. Yoke mount is always welcome. And we do have a low cut switch. We have a low cut filter built into the mic. And it is of good weight. And it does have a pretty strong metal mesh grill at the end firing position on the MXL BCC-1. All right. I am excited to check this mic out because I've wondered for a very long time if this mic sounds good. The BCD-1 I think is okay. It does sound a little odd and a little weird. It doesn't have a full sound. It doesn't have a thin sound. It's got a freaking weird sound. So I am very curious to see if the condenser version of that microphone, which that might not be accurate, its brother, the condenser end address microphone, I wonder if it sounds weird as well. Now, I've played around with this a little bit on a Zoom PodTrack P4. I'll talk about that in an upcoming video. But sometimes I think mics sound better on more expensive equipment. Yes, I know, crazy, isn't it? But sometimes I get a warmth out of the Rodecaster Pro that I don't get out of other interfaces that I have. So I'm very interested to plug this thing in. Avlex AVS77 is out. MXL BCC-1 is in. Now we've got it. MXL BCC-1 in front of my mouth hole, ready to rock and roll. So the initial thought when I switched over from the Avlex AVS77 is I do feel there's a little more clarity on this microphone straight out of the box, but I do feel it's a little bit harsher up top as well, and I don't feel the same warmth and low end, even though it's fine. Low end is fine. This is definitely more broadcasty than the Avlex AVS77. So let's run it through the plethora of tests, like 4, and see what happens when we throw some processing on it, and so on and so forth, like Obscure Mics does. Pointed at myself. I'm going to change my name. First name Obscure, last name, that's what she said. Yeah! All right. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled pineapple pizza. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled pineapple pizza. Now when you get right on top of the MXL BCC-1, this is what it sounds like when you're right on top of the MXL BCC-1. Let's go ahead and do off-axis noise rejection. Talking directly into the microphone, I'm going to turn it 90 degrees. And this is what it sounds like at a 90-degree angle. Go ahead and turn 180 degrees so you can see what the off-axis noise rejection is there. Back around to 90 degrees, and I'm going to turn it around to the front of the microphone. So, nice. Handling noise. I just won an AVN award. I hope most people don't know what that is. Anyways, I'm terrible, and I like it. I do. I really do. There's nothing wrong with appreciating the human form. All right, let's keep going with this microphone. So there is a low cut roll-off switch. Let's go ahead and enable that now so you can see what the low roll-off switch does. So talking into the mic, and I'm going to go ahead and switch that on right now. And this is me talking into the mic with the low cut filter on, and it still sounds pretty good. I mean, I like that tiny bit more bottom there. So let's turn that back on. Man, this is a surprising one, I think, from MXL. I don't hate this microphone much at all. I actually like the broadcast tone. I like the clarity that comes through on this microphone. It's a tiny bit sizzly up top, but it's not to a point to where it bothers me. I think it's more pleasant than it is wearing. And it's got good weight. It's a pretty mic. I kind of like this. I kind of like this a lot. Let's go ahead and throw some processing on just to see what else this mic can do. So we're going to go ahead and throw processing on the Rodecaster Pro. For the sake of knowing, I've got the level turned up to a 25. 48 volts phantom power is turned on because a condenser microphone, unless it's one of those piece of garbage from Amazon, you need 48 volts phantom power to power a solid microphone or substandard microphone. The pieces of crap you can plug into a computer with an aux cord. Don't know why. Don't care. All right. Processing. Here we go. All right. So now we've got compression, de-esser, and a nice big bottom. Just like Queen would like on this thing. And with that compression on, I'm definitely picking up my heater in the background a little bit more. I can hear it in my headphones a tiny bit more. So if you do hear a light fan-like noise, there is a heater on in the background. So I'm not real sure about the big bottom on this one. I think the low end that exists sounded pretty good. Let's turn that off. Okay, so now we just got compression, de-esser, and no big bottom. I don't know. I can't decide. The big bottom always throws me off. I like it when it comes through certain sound sources. Sometimes in my headphone, it's just a little too much. So I don't know. Big bottom. Let's go throw a big bottom on. Right now, the big bottom's on, and let's turn this low cut filter off and just see if it presents anything pleasant. All right. Now we've got the low cut filter enabled. The big bottom's still on. Now it sounds a little bit different, a little bit nasally maybe. I'm starting to get a little bit nasally. Like, yeah, my name is Bark on Obscure Mics, man. Man. Anybody watch Half Baked? Man. Come on, man. Who's going with me, man? Who's going with me? Let's go ahead and turn that back off. All right. Big bottom's still on processing. I'm going to turn that off as we speak. And now all processing is off. And we're back to just the sound of the microphone. And I like it. I like the microphone, processed, unprocessed. I am somewhat pleasantly surprised with this offering from MXL. I don't think it's a world-beating sound, but I would have absolutely no issues using this on my podcasts, using it on a stream. Should I do it? Do you know what I want to do? Do you know what I want to do right now? If you've watched every video in my catalog, sometimes I think streamers get overly excited, and I think it's because they're fucking streaming, bro! Die, Call of Duty guy. Die. Just playing. Hey, background noise rejection keyboard style real quick. I'm typing while I talk, and I'm talking while I type on the keyboard in front of me. It's a Logitech keyboard. No fancy cherry MX turquoises. Just a keyboard. Okay, let me know what you thought about the MXL BCC-1. I kind of like this thing. I really do. I think it has a nice broadcast sound to it. I'm not sure exactly why people like to throw condenser capsules and parts into an Indidress and try to make it a podcast mic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I like the Avlex a lot. If I gave the Avlex a overall score of a 7.5, I would probably give the MXL BCC-1 a 6.9. Granted, it's hard to find this thing, and if you do find it, it's going to be expensive. Right now, if you find it, guess what? It's mine. It's this one right here, and it's still expensive because I had to pay a lot for it. But I give it a green light because If there was more of these used, the price would be better. But I don't hate it for the price I paid, which is like high twos. High twos. Granted, other microphones I'd rather have, but for the looks, the sound, the case, the heft, the switch, I think it's worth the green light. I think this sounds good. It just sounds good to me. Perfect? No. Good? Yes. There you go. Obscure mics. Let me know what you thought about the BCC-1 down in the comments below. And I would love to give you a link to buy these. I'll probably give you an Amazon link because someone on Amazon claims to have them for $2.99. So I'll put that in the description for you. But the Avlex, good luck. Everyone asks me, where can I find an Avlex AVS77? My response is, no. Where can I find another Avlex AVS77? Peace out.